Most people think the difference between poor and rich is money, but in reality, the real difference begins in the mind long before it shows up in income, lifestyle, comfort, or the numbers you see in a bank account. The gap you notice in confidence, freedom, and stability is only the final result of years of thinking patterns, repeated behaviors, and small daily choices. Two people can earn the same income from similar jobs and responsibilities, live in the same environment with the same opportunities and limitations around them, face the same problems, pressures, family expectations, and responsibilities in life, and still end up in completely different financial realities after a few years of choices. The reason is not luck alone, timing alone, or some hidden advantage. The reason is how they think about time, choices, consequences, and personal responsibility. One person thinks mainly about today and how to feel comfortable, entertained, and stress-free right now. The other thinks about 5 years from now and how to build a stable, flexible, and independent future. One asks, what will make me feel good in this moment and remove pressure temporarily? The other asks, what will help me grow, improve, and become stronger in the long run? One spends money to escape stress, pressure, and emotional discomfort for a short moment. The other uses money intentionally to reduce future stress and create long-term stability. One uses money mainly for comfort, status, and temporary pleasure. The other uses money as a tool for leverage, growth, and compounding advantage. When extra money comes in unexpectedly from a bonus, gift, or side income, one person upgrades their lifestyle with things that feel good now but lose value over time. The other upgrades skills, knowledge, systems, and assets that grow in value. Both feel satisfied in the moment because spending gives emotional relief, but only one is quietly building a better future behind the scenes without attention. The poor mindset sees money as something to be spent quickly and enjoyed instantly. The rich mindset sees money as something to be planted like a seed that grows over time. Spending gives instant pleasure, emotional comfort, and quick satisfaction. Planting gives delayed rewards that slowly compound into bigger results. Most people choose instant pleasure because it feels easy and natural in the moment, because delayed rewards require patience, discipline, planning, and emotional control. The poor mindset wants fast results without long waiting periods, quick success without boring effort and practice, and easy money without building real, valuable skills. The rich mindset accepts slow progress and small consistent steps, boring routines that do not look impressive at first to others, and long-term discipline even when results are invisible for months or years. The poor mindset says, I deserve this now because life already feels heavy and unfair. The rich mindset says, I will earn this later because my future freedom is worth sacrifice. One avoids discomfort and chooses what feels easy and familiar today. The other accepts discomfort today to avoid much bigger pain tomorrow. One avoids learning new skills because it feels difficult, slow, and uncomfortable. The other invests time in learning even when it feels boring and mentally tiring. One avoids responsibility for results when plans fail or mistakes happen. The other takes responsibility for outcomes and uses mistakes as lessons. One blames the economy when money feels tight and stressful and believes external conditions are the main reason for their struggle. The system when opportunities feel limited or unfair and assumes success is only for a few lucky people. The government when rules make things harder, or bad luck when plans fail unexpectedly and things do not go their way. The other looks honestly at what they can control, improve daily, and take responsibility for step by step. One waits for motivation to feel confident and ready to change their life. The other builds habits and routines even when motivation is low and emotions are unstable. Motivation is emotional, unpredictable, and temporary. Habits are boring, simple, and powerful when repeated daily over long periods of time. The poor mindset waits for the perfect moment to start changing life and keeps delaying action. The rich mindset starts with imperfect conditions and limited resources, but still moves forward. One says, I will start when I have more money, more time, and more support from others. The other starts with small amounts, limited time, and consistent action every single day. One sees failure as proof they are not good enough to succeed and begins to doubt themselves. The other sees failure as feedback that shows what to improve next and how to adjust the strategy. One quits when progress is slow and results are not visible quickly and loses patience. The other understands progress is always slow in the beginning and requires time to compound. One compares their life to others on social media and feels behind, insecure, or jealous. The other compares their life only to who they were yesterday and focuses on personal growth. One spends to look rich in front of people and gain approval and validation. The other stays simple and patient to become rich quietly over time without needing attention. One focuses on showing success to others for validation and attention. The other focuses on building real success in private without noise or applause. One wants approval and praise from people to feel worthy and confident. The other wants freedom from financial and emotional dependency on others. One fears looking small, slow, or unsuccessful today in front of people. The other is okay looking small while growing stronger daily behind the scenes. One wants comfort now because the present feels stressful and uncertain. The other wants control later even if today feels uncomfortable and demanding. One trades time for money forever and stays trapped in cycles of working without progress. The other looks for ways to build assets that work without them and create long-term freedom. One avoids thinking about the future because it feels uncertain and scary, because thinking about the future creates pressure and responsibility they do not want to face. The other prepares for the future even though it is uncertain and cannot be predicted. The future is uncertain for everyone, not just for you or your situation. One uses that uncertainty as an excuse to delay action and stay comfortable. The other uses that uncertainty as a reason to prepare more seriously and act now. One consumes information mainly for entertainment and distraction to pass time. The other consumes information to improve skills, decisions, and long-term outcomes. One scrolls to escape life for a few minutes of comfort and numb the mind. The other learns daily to build a better life step by step with intention. One spends energy complaining about circumstances, people, and systems around them. The other spends energy improving their own situation quietly and consistently. One expects life to be fair and easy. The other accepts life as competitive and prepares accordingly with skills and discipline. One waits to be saved by luck, timing, or opportunities that may never come. The other builds the skills to create opportunities for themselves. One lives only for the weekend and temporary freedom from work and stress. The other builds a life they do not need to escape from in the first place. One makes emotional money decisions based on mood, pressure, and impulse. The other makes strategic money decisions based on long-term goals and future vision. One chooses comfort over growth again and again when things feel hard. The other chooses growth over comfort again and again even when it feels uncomfortable. One sacrifices the future for the present moment of comfort and pleasure. The other sacrifices the present moment for future freedom, stability, and options. The difference is not intelligence alone or talent alone, not background alone or where you were born in life. The real difference is the daily choices repeated over many years that slowly shape your direction. What you choose to think about today decides where you will stand in 5 years. Because every small decision today becomes the foundation of your future reality.